What's up, everybody? And this is Big Phil with Big Phil Trading. Um, Today's video, I had extra time. I've been making a few videos here, getting my channel started. Um, but it's going to be why I use Keltner channels. Um, and I use them more or less for showing the trend or arranging market. It's easier. Some people like to use moving averages. I like the Keltner channels because it's based off the ATR, the average true range. I think it makes seeing trends in the market easier and ranges in the market easier. Not that I trade just necessarily in between the Keltner channels or breaking out of the Keltner channels. I don't because I'm a price action trader. But what I do is I use it to basically be able to gauge how the trend's going between trend lines or basically breaking out, or if it's in a range, it's easier to see. And I'm going to show you examples why I use the Keltner channels with price action. And I'll just, scrolling back so I could show you a bunch of examples here. And let's see, 1 second. Okay. Now we'll start out here. Obviously, the market's in an uptrend. You're looking here, market's moving in an uptrend. Sometimes you scroll back, see if you could place some trend lines in there. And if it looks clean enough. But as my videos show, I place levels on extreme highs and lows. That's the way I trade. But I also trade with trend lines. And a perfect example would be is you could see exactly easier what the trend is with the Keltner channels instead of just a single line because you're seeing it break out and then you're seeing it break down, but you're also seeing it crawl along inside these channels, okay? And you could connect those levels. For example, price moves up and it's moving along. You could just draw your trend lines like that. And you're going to have to move your trend lines, obviously. See, you get an idea, but you could take this, move it, price comes up, comes down, moves up. You got a new trend line you can make right there. And you see that it's following the Keltner channels. And then also it's bouncing off the trend line, moving up. And it happens time and time again. I just think the Keltner channels is better to use for me personally than a moving average. And it shows a good range. Like here, you could see, look at after price came up here and moved down and moved up, you could kind of see that the Keltner channels are whipsawing back and forth. That's a signal of it's a minor downtrend, but it's a range, like downtrend, but a range, okay? Minor downtrend, but it's ranging back and forth. And the Keltner channels, if you look, they show that pretty easy. And then they show a good uptrend, a big break up, come along, big break up. That's an easy uptrend to notice with these channels. And you could even do things like this, like, you see the Keltner channels come down, come up, move around, it's easy to notice these levels. You could just use those levels. I'm giving you examples of how you can spot trends and use them for trend lines. See, this is an obvious uptrend. Price is here kind of in a range. This is kind of a range. It shows it in range, breaks up, comes down, breaks up. By that point, you put your level in. Price was basically in an uptrend, comes down, you get indecision right here on this trend line, comes up. and then you could see it starts ranging like this. Now, don't let people fool you. You know, you have to wait for these Keltner channels to form too. You're not exactly going to see all this. You got to wait for them to form, get an idea what's going on. But I mean, trend line after trend line and a range and all that, it's easy to see. You know, here. They all change. See that? I mean, look at it's easy to notice things certain ways. I think price action, when you give yourself an edge, um, very noticeable. Easy downtrend to notice here. You know, you would see price price would, you know, obviously bounce down. You're in a downtrend, price breaks up, it's whipsawing around, it comes back down. You move your trend lines a little bit too, obviously. You know, you have to move them and then wait for basically confirmation of what's going on. But the channels, Keltner channels, are I think are great for seeing what the price is doing. Look at Keltner channels is just straggling along here, and you're able to put a trend line in, but you know, here's the thing, that it's got a slight uptrend. It's not nothing special. Here, you got to gauge the trend. Is it a medium trend? Is it a weak, small trend? Is it strong? You know, for example, strong right here. This is obvious. Strong, and the Keltner channels show it. Big move down, starts whipsawing along, and it's just strong downtrend. Then boom. What is price doing? Comes up, moves down, moves up. Strong uptrend. It's easy to see with the Keltner channels, and then you put your trend lines in there. And like right here, price is moving along, comes up, comes down, comes up. This is more of a medium downtrend. You know, you got to gauge the trend. Strong uptrend, medium downtrend, weak downtrend, depends on the angle. You know, gauge it by the angle of the market. That's what you want to do. Remember it, write it down, whatever you got to do, gauge it on the angle. Going up high like this, strong. Partial, medium. Very slight angle, weak uptrend. Sideways, pretty much ranging market, you know. I use different I don't know, wording for things to help me in trading, and I don't know if you guys would like to use the same, but I mean that's what I do. I consider strong trend, you know, with a nice up angle or down angle. Medium would be more of like a, I guess you could say like 60-degree angle, and then weak is like, you know, 20, 30-degree angle. I mean, is the market doing this? Is the market only doing that? Is the market sideways? Is the market strong downtrending? Is the market slightly downtrending? You know, is the market level? It's just, you know, it's easy once you could see what the market is doing, how strong it is. Strong markets you could scalp easily and make a ton of profit and scale in, like, you know, um, you get a strong uptrend like that, and then you get a indecision right here, and then you get a break up. You could get in to scalp this, and it's going to move up strong and quick. You can make a ton of pips quick on a market that's moving like that. More or less, if a market's moving partially sideways or up on a little angle, you're not going to make many pips, you know, but you got to know what it's doing. But Keltner channels help me out just basically more psychologically than anything. It's so more or less I use it as a moving average. Um, And I guess it ain't bad that it kind of goes off the ATR, which makes it helpful. But with price action trading, I like to use the Keltner channels, trend lines, levels, everything. So everyone have a good one. Big Phil Trading. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll try making as many videos as I can throughout the weeks here, and help everybody out. Have a good one, everyone.